What are the key factors, do you think, that are going to help you arrest this recent poor run of results, 6 defeats in 7 games? And what's the key to getting the best out of the players again? I know there have been elements of misfortune in that run, but there have been occasions. I know last week was the first time I heard you say you're really disappointed in the performance against Brentford.
Yeah, for 60 minutes, yes. 30 minutes was okay, but 60 minutes was... I think first half against Palace was also similar to that 60 minutes I was talking about. The thing that gives me the most confidence is the quality of the players we are having. So, and the amount of chances these players are still creating. So this will eventually always lead to these players scoring more goals than we've done till now. And we have to address certain other things. But yeah, if I talk about that, if I'm speaking about what we have to improve, people then tell me I'm using excuses. So maybe it's better now just to say we need to address certain things to do better. But there are a lot of positives to go into this week as well. Like I just said, quality of the players is the first and foremost. And the amount of chances we create from open play is still good enough to compete for the positions we want to compete for.
I know one of the things I'm sure you want to address is maybe the lack of physicality in elements of, in times of some of the recent matches, particularly last week. Obviously the players are trying to win their battles. On occasions, is it down to sort of a lack of confidence that sort of, because things are going wrong, one thing leads to another? Because that can be a really important part, but it is a really important part of the game.
Yeah, no, and it gets more and more important in every Premier League game, let alone in games of ours. It's never helpful if you end a game of football against United with conceding a set piece and you start another one in the Premier League and you concede after 5 minutes a throw-in from a set piece. But I think, not 100% sure if I'm correct, we had to defend 16 set pieces and 15 we defended well. But yeah, we're at this moment in a time where 15 isn't enough because we conceded 16 and the first one, someone said to me who worked in a completely different department, but he said no plan survives a first contact, and that is also a little bit what makes it difficult if you are 5 minutes in the game and you're 1-0 down. That is never helpful for confidence and for the plan you're having. But like I said, if I liked a little part of the game, it was the part after we conceded the 1-0, because at that moment of time we were creative, we created our chances, but we couldn't score, and then in the last 10 minutes it became more of their game again, and eventually the way we conceded the 2-0, yeah, that is something that is far from our standards.
Oh. Hi Arne, there's been a lot of discussion in the last few weeks about long balls, and then discussion about your discussion of long balls. The next two opponents in the Premier League, Aston Villa and Man City, play less long balls than anyone else in the league. So do you think that this might help you impose your game on those teams, or do you think maybe those teams will try and adapt their game to try and focus on what could be seen as a weakness?
No, they're also really good at that. So Chelsea played their own game against us. They brought the ball out from the back as well, and we didn't win that one as well. So again, when people ask me after the game why was it difficult, I try to explain why it was difficult. And if the question is why it was difficult, I answer the question why it was difficult. People don't ask me, can you come up with excuses, and then I give an answer. So I try to explain why it was difficult, and I did this only for the first time after United, because the games before that I felt would be stupid to tell so, because I'm not 100% sure if everybody is already noticing what we're seeing. Then I underestimate a lot of analysts throughout the country. But if it happens after the 10th game and 9 of them were so much focus on long balls, then I think it's fair to say for me, if you ask me the question why is it difficult, to say this without opening the eyes of upcoming opponents. These two teams we face now indeed bring the ball more out of the back, but they're also really good in it. So I think City is a high pressing team. We're really good in high pressing. But I did see Villa being able to play through that multiple times. And if I'm 100% correct, I think I am. They won the game by a set piece. Yeah. So another time, the importance of a set piece.
Arne, you've not kept a clean sheet in the past 10 games. Is it a case now to maybe build from the back and not put as much emphasis on the attack and play, maybe play Joe Gomez right back and just picking it up and go from there, or would that be going against your beliefs a little bit?
It does go against my beliefs, but I've won games in the past, so we're talking about City away, that went maybe against my beliefs, but it was necessary to play it over there like that in the second half. So I would be more than open to adapt in certain situations. But I don't think the story is, at least in my opinion, is that we concede chance after chance after chance, and that we are too open, or that it's actually absolutely not like this every single game. Maybe apart from Palace, because in the first half we could have been 2 or 3-0 down, and maybe the Brentford game. I think all the other games we deserved much more than we got, and we hardly conceded a chance. Even this week, with the team I put out, which played for the first time together, I think they only conceded 3 big chances. Unfortunately, all 3 went in. But that's because they were big. No, they weren't chances, they were big chances. So I don't see us conceding a lot of chances, so I don't see a reason to change our playing style completely. But yeah, we need to do better in not conceding goals, that's for sure.
Michael, last one.
Do you look at Villa, who had a very difficult start to the season, as a sign of how quickly things can turn around? I think they didn't win any of the first 6 matches.
Yeah.
You're obviously in a difficult position right now, but Villa is quite positive. So is that a sign that, as I say, it can turn around quite quickly, can't it?
It's also a sign that it's better to do it the way they did it than the way we did it. So if you don't win in the beginning, people are like, oh, maybe they don't have the same team as last season or whatever, and then they start to win, and then everything is very positive again. We're with us. I think it's exactly the opposite. So, but we're both on the same points, and apart from Arsenal, I think many teams are in and around the same points. So again, it tells you also how hard the Premier League is, and yeah, they've done very well in the last 5, 6, 7 or 8 games. And that didn't come as a surprise, because even in the games they've lost before, you could already see the signs that they are a very good team and their playing style is really good. And normally, although with us the run is already quite long, you don't every time lose a game of football where you create more chances than the other team. But yeah, they decided not to make a habit out of that. And let's hope we decide not to make a habit out of having more chances than the opponent, but not win it.
You've been nominated for the Manager of the Month award. How do you feel about that, and what does it reflect about the way the team's going?
The performance collectively, how we are increasing and getting more points than we achieved the first part of the season is very, very important. Of course, it means the players and our performance tactically is coming better, and the results are better than the first month we played Premier League, and of course it's something we have to try to avoid now to avoid our relaxing for something, because we are in the position more or less we are feeling good, but not enough.
Unai, Liverpool are on a bad run, they're worst in 40 years. Do you think that makes them more dangerous, or is it an opportunity for your team?
Massive respect. Of course, they can have some moment they are not getting good result, but the coach, he showed last year his capacity and his experience, acknowledgement, and how they played last year was amazing. as a team. Tactically, I think their impact was fantastic, and they won the Premier League. And this year, the same coach, better players, but I think they are in the moment to adapt everything. They are building the team, clearly building the team, and they will need maybe time to get comfortable and strong with the player they have, but individually they have very good players, and my respect is massive. And of course, I know tomorrow is very, very difficult to get something there. We have to do our best tactically, our best individually. We have to be clinical, and our commitment the last matches in everything we were planning to get strong, our game plan tomorrow will be very, very important. But of course, to stop them individually, to stop them collectively, tactically is very difficult. And they have some injury like we have. And really I am excited and I am very, very motivated. And even more for the difficulties we will face tomorrow playing against them.
Since early in the season, you've been in great form. Can you explain what's that down to from inside the camp? What's that down to, that change, that remarkable change?
The adaptation for some players. We increase our demands in training session, in the meeting, and I was worried. I was worried 1 month ago how we were performing, because it was so bad moment we had. Our performance was poor, and I was so worried. And I transmit the players my worries, and I tried with them to get solutions. And we were working hard to try to come back the bad form we had, and progressively we are getting better. But now is the moment we have one problem maybe. If we are relaxing because we are performing better, we can get confused. And of course, my worries now is try to keep being very, very demanding and keep being consistent like we did the last matches we played. And tomorrow, if we want to be with the level they have, Liverpool team and Liverpool players, we have to be so demanding and clinical and focused in everything we are going to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Unai, do you believe that a Champions League place this season is still achievable?
If we are finishing the season now, not. Of course, the consistency in 38 matches is going to be very important. We reacted, I think, being again positive. Our objective we will face for the next matches and month and the season we are going to play. But of course, now our challenge is to keep the same mentality and to keep the same demand, individual and collectively we have. And we are not thinking for a long time. We are thinking the next 3 points and the next match we are going to face. Of course, we are getting good balance after winning and getting confidence against Tottenham and Manchester City. But tomorrow still being very, very difficult, and we are now in the middle, more or less, in the table, and we need more.
Now, Ollie Watkins is still struggling for goals at the moment, so when he's not scoring, how does it affect him?
The strikers, they like to score goals and to feel comfortable through goals, but I am feeling good when he is doing his task. And when he is being consistent, working for the team. And through it, I know, and the experiences we have here with the team and with the players, and especially with Ollie Watkins, the goals are coming through the work he has to do every match. We are playing like he did, and more or less like he did all his career, because the most important quality of Watkins is his consistency. and he's consistent, and he has to continue being consistent, and the goal is coming through the team, through his consistency, and of course, getting confidence as well when he's getting in the opponent box and scoring goals. Thank you.
Unai, you spoke about Liverpool building a team at the moment. Do you think as a manager sometimes you can try and change too much and have too many new players to try and get used to the way a manager wants to play all at once?
I can't analyze deeply their team. Of course, we watch the matches and I analyze how we are going to face them tomorrow, understanding the tactical way. But overall, I can see he's a very good coach, and no doubt for me how he's doing his career as a coach, before even in Netherlands and now last year how he did the season, and his hand he showed it through his team. And this year they signed very important players trying to get better, and maybe the adaptation they need to try to get a good combination between them and tactically as well. How is the better way to play offensively, defensively, getting balance is the task he has. But he's a very good coach, one of the better coaches in the world, and the players they have, they are the better players as well in the world. And tomorrow we are going to try to stop them or to face them tactically, playing intelligently and individually trying to get our best. But exactly why they are not performing like last year, I don't know. But of course, I respect them and I respect their way, even in the moment they are not in good form.
You confirmed a new contract for Matty Cash on Monday. Just wonder about his development for you as a player. He's in a really good vein of form at the moment, but also his personality, because there has been times where he has been a player who's been criticised by the supporters a little bit.
We are everybody sometimes under the criticism for the supporters. And we are professional, and we have to respect it, and then try to get balance ourselves. Of course, Cash is very sensitive player, or he's usually showing his emotion deeply or clearly, and he's a very good guy. Really, as a player, as a man, he's a fantastic man. As a player, he's progressing a lot, and his commitment here with Aston Villa is a huge commitment he's showing, and he decided to stay here when he can have offer to change and to go getting another challenges away from here. But he decided to stay here to sign the new contract, and of course we are very happy, and he's happy, and of course we are professional, and sometimes we are playing well or we are winning or we are not performing well, we can be under the supporters' view about our performance, accepting or not, but always we have to respect. And overall his performance and his development here is really being fantastic, and he's playing well, and he's playing more mature. Even I think he's controlling better his emotions, and it's one step forward he did really clear for me to improve